Hello students, how are you? Today I will discuss with you the theory of optimum tariff. It is of course true that tariff and in certain situations may fail to improve the terms of trade of a given country. There is however a widespread belief that tariff can improve the terms of trade. This leads to a vital question: to what extent a country can go on increasing tariffs, improve its terms of trade, and maximize the economic welfare. Tariffs result in gain for the tariff imposing home country in the form of improvement in the terms of trade. At the same time, tariffs involve cost in the form of reduction in the volume of exports and imports. So long as the gain from tariffs in more than the cost of it, the welfare of the tariffs imposing country increases and it is worthwhile for it to raise tariff. In case the cost of tariffs for the society is more than the gain from tariffs, there may be reduction in the level of economic welfare and the worsening of the terms of trade. In such a situation, it is appropriate for the tariff imposing country to reduce tariff. The point of maximum tariff is raised when tariff does not further increase the net benefit to the given country and a level of economic welfare has become maximum. So we may say that the point of optimum tariff is determined where the trade indifference curve of the tariff imposing home country becomes tangent to the offer curve of the foreign country. This we can explain with the help of a figure. So I am coming to the figure, and this is figure 1, in which originally OA is the offer curve of home country. So I'm explaining you, this is the OA of our offer curve of country, home country A, and OB is the offer curve of foreign country B. T1, T2 and T3, these are the trade indifference curves of country A. See here, T1, this is T1, this is T2, and this is T3. These are the trade indifference curves of country A. Okay. Before the imposition of tariff, the exchange takes place at point P. Before imposition of tariff, this point lies on the trade indifference curve T1. See here, this point P lies on trade indifference curve T1. As tariff is imposed, the offer curve of country A shifts to OA1. So see here. Now the when tariff imposes, see here. So the offer curve of country A shifts to from OA to OA1. This is OA1. Okay. And exchange takes place at point P1. This is point, see here, this is point P1. Okay. This point occurs at the higher indifference, trade indifference curve T2. This is higher indifference curve T2 in comparison to T1. Okay. Thus, tariff results in an improvement in the terms of trade. On the one hand, and increases the level of welfare on the other. If there is a further increase in tariff, country A's offer curve shifts to OA2. This is, you can see, this is OA2. This one is OA2. Okay. And given the offer curve OB of country B, the exchange take place at P2. And this is point P2. This point occurs at the higher trade indifference curve T3. So you may say here, you can see here, this is T3. P2 is the point of tangency between the trade indifference curve T3 and foreign country B's offer curve OB. So let me show you. This is foreign countries offer curve OB and this is the trade indifference curve of country B, and the point P2 is at the tangency point of trade indifference curve T3 of country A and offer curve of country B OB. See here, this is the very clear. Compared with point P1, if we compare this point P2 to point P1, there is a further improvement in the terms of trade and increase also in the level of welfare. Okay, I think it is clear now to you. In case country A raises the tariff still further, what will happen? Its offer curve shifts to the left to OA3. This is OA3. Given the offer curve of country B as OB, as we know, this is OB. Exchange takes place now at point P3. This is point P3. I am showing you. This is point P3. This point shows that terms of trade improve further, but this point lies on a lower trade indifference curve T2. Okay. Point P3 lies on T2, which is lower indifference curve as comparison to T3. So, although the terms of trade in this situation improve, yet there is worsening in respect of the level of welfare. In such a situation, it is appropriate for the home country to reduce tariff and move back to the point P2 where the welfare is maximum. Thus, P2 is the point of optimum tariff which corresponds with the maximization of welfare. This is the optimum tariff point. Okay. So, now this is clear, I think. So, now we come to the point, and that is the next point in our discussion as the optimum tariff with retaliation. So, I am coming to the next point, and that is we may explain this optimum tariff with retaliation with figure 2. In the above analysis, the home country continues to raise tariff and improve its terms of trade. It has one minute. It has been implicitly assumed that foreign country does not retaliate. In actual reality, the possibility of retaliation cannot be ruled out. The impact of imposition of tariffs by the two trading countries upon their terms of trade on the level of welfare can be explained through figure 2. In figure ON, OA and OB are the free trade offer curves of countries A and B respectively. So I'm showing you this is the OA and this is the OB. P is the point of exchange. This P, see here, this P is the point of exchange. And the terms of trade for the home country A are measured by the slope of line OP. This is line OP. This is the line OP. This point lies on the trade indifference curves T1 and T1 dash. This is T1 and this is 1 minute. This is T1 and this is T1 dash. See here, this is T1 dash of country A and B respectively. So point P also indicates the respective welfare level in these countries in the pre-tariff situation. If country A imposes tariff so that its offer curve shifts to OA1 while country B does not enforce any retaliatory tariff, P1 is the point of optimum tariff for A. Now see here the point P1. This is the situation when country B is not retaliating. At this point of exchange, the higher trade indifference curve T2 of country A is tangent to the offer curve OB of country B. See here, sorry. This is the T2 and it is tangent to offer curve of country B OB. There is an improvement in terms of trade as well as increase in the welfare of the tariff imposing home country. And if country B had imposed a tariff first without provoking country A to retaliate, the point of exchange would have shifted from P to P2. Here, this point, this is P2. Okay. This would have been the point of optimum tariff for B because of tangency between its higher indifference, trade indifference curve T2 dash, this one. Okay. Clear? And the offer curve OB of country, OA of country, not OB, OA of country A. The point P2 shows an improvement in terms of trade and increase in the level of welfare for B. Okay, this point. And here is P1. The original point is P. I think now it is clear to you. In case the tariff action of A is followed by the retaliatory tariff action of country B, their respective offer curve OA1 and OB1 intersect each other at P point P3. This is the retaliatory process. Okay. The terms of trade for both the countries are exactly the same as at the pre-tariff position P. Here. Okay. The point P3 is the optimum tariff situation because the trade indifference curve T3 and T3 dash, T3 and T3, this is T3 dash, are tangent to the offer curve of each other at this point. However, the point P3 lies on the lower trade indifference curve of the two countries. This point P3 now, you see. You can see here the point P3. This is on the lower indifference curve. Okay. Compared with the tariff situation P1 and P2. These are on the higher indifference curve. In the absence of retaliation, so tariff has left their terms of trade unchanged but has worsened the level of welfare in both the countries. The above analysis shows that both the countries in the ultimate analysis are likely to lose due to tariff. Johnson has, however, not supported such a general conclusion. Now we come to the optimum tariff formula. Okay, so I am coming on the formula. So Kindleberger has stated the formula for optimum tariff in the following form. TO equals to 1 upon E minus 1. Here TO denotes the optimum rate of tariff and E stands for the elasticity of the offer curve of the foreign country at the specific point. The coefficient E or the elasticity of offer curve can be measured as below formula, as you can see in the figure. E equals to percentage change in imports divided by percentage change in exports minus percentage change in imports minus 1. So now I am coming at figure 3. The rate of optimum tariff can be derived geometrically with the help of this figure. In the figure, OA is the offer curve of tariff imposing home country and OB is the offer curve of the foreign country B. OA, as we all know, this is OA and this is OB. Okay. Oh, sorry. OA and OB. Okay. P is the original point of exchange at P1 exchange, and P1 is the point of exchange subsequent to the imposition of tariff. P1 is the original and P1 is after imposing tariff. It is assumed that P1 is the point of optimum tariff. The slope of the offer curve at point P1 is measured by the tangent drawn to OB. Okay. At P1. Okay. This is OB, as we know. This is OB and tangent is drawn on OB at P1 point. Okay. It means the horizontal scale produced in the backward direction at Q1. See here the Q1. This is the Q1. The optimum tariff at P1 is OQ1 divided by OQ, as OQ equals to RP1. We know that OQ1 equals to OQ1. Sorry, OQ1. Very sorry. Here OQ1. As OQ equals to, so OQ equals to RP1. Since the triangles SQ, SQ1O and SP1R, SP1R, these are two triangles. Okay. This is are similar. OQ1 divided by RP1 equals to OS R OS divided by SR. Okay. OS divided by SR. Clear? Thus, TO equals to OQ1 divided by OQ equals to OQ1 divided by RP1. Here, this is, okay, equals to OS R equals to OS OR minus OS equals to 1 upon ORS, this one, 1 upon ORS minus OS divided by OS equals to 1 upon this one, 1 upon ORS minus OS minus 1. Since ORS upon OS equals to E, therefore the optimum tariff at P1 can be expressed as TO equals to 1 upon this, 1 upon ORS, OR upon OS minus 1 equals to 1 upon E minus 1. Okay. So, the relationship between the elasticity of offer curve E and optimum tariff TO can be shown through table 1. So, see this table. Okay. From the table 1, it follows that the optimum tariff rate that can maximize welfare goes on diminishing as the coefficient E increases and vice versa. It implies that there is an inverse relation between the elasticity of offer curve of country B and the optimum tariff rate for country A. In the extreme situation, when the elasticity of the offer curve of foreign country is infinite, the tariff imposing home country will fail to bring about an improvement in its terms of trade, and this we can show or explain through figure 4. This is figure 4. In the figure 4, OA is originally the offer curve of country A and OB is the perfectly elastic equals to infinite. Okay, offer curve of country B. The exchange take place at P and offer and country A imports PQ quantity. Okay, see here PQ quantity. This is let me come with the pen. This is PQ quantity of steel in exchange of the export of OQ quantity of cloth. On y-axis there is steel and on x-axis there is cloth. The terms of trade at point P for country A equals to QM upon QX equals to PQ upon OQ. PQ upon, this is OQ, this is PQ upon OQ. Okay. Slope of equals to slope of line OP. This is slope of line OP. Okay. This is equals to tan theta. As country A imposes tariff, its offer curve shifts to OA1. In this case, exchange takes place at point P1. Here, now you can see here at point P1, where P1 Q1 quantity of steel is imported. P1 Q1 quantity of steel can be imported. Okay. Against the export of OQ1. Now, only OQ1 of export of cloth. Quantity of cloth, the terms of trade for country A at point P1 equals to Q1 upon QX equals to PQ1 equals to OQ1 equals to the slope of line of OP1. This is okay. So since terms of trade at P and P1 are both measured by constant, the home country cannot improve the terms of trade through tariff. There is only reduction in the volume of trade and consequent decline in the level of welfare. If the above exceptional case is left out, the offer curve of foreign country can assume the elasticity of less than unity, equal to unity, and more than unity. The implications of such magnitude of elasticity E upon the terms of trade and welfare, or we may say or optimum tariff on the whole, can be discussed with the help of figure 5. So I am coming on figure 5. In this figure, we can see that OA is originally the offer curve of home country. OA. This is OA. Okay. This is OA. OB on the other hand is the offer curve of foreign country B. This is OB. The entire span of this curve consists of 3 elasticity ranges. In the OP2 range, see here, I am showing you. OP3 range, the elasticity is greater than 1. In the P2 P1 range, see here, in the P2 P1 range, here, the elasticity is equals to 1. And in the P1 and P range, the elasticity is less than 1. Okay. On the opposite, it is better for the home country to move from P to P1. P to P1, where the elasticity of offer curve of country B is less than unity. Okay, the increase in tariff in this situation, okay, 1 minute, improves the terms of trade on the one hand and raises the level of welfare on the other. A move from P1 to P2, P1 to P2, here P1 to P2, through further increase in tariff is still better from the point of view of home country. The tariff increase in the range P1 P2 where elasticity is 1. See, elasticity is 1 in this range. Ensures a further improvement in the terms of trade along with an increase in the level of welfare. From the above or from the above discussion or in this figure, it follows that as long as foreign countries' offer curve is less than unit elastic or unit elastic, it is worthwhile both in this area. Less than unit elastic or equals to 1. It is worthwhile for the home country to raise tariff and thereby improve the terms of trade and increase in the level of welfare in these two areas. Okay. As long as the offer curve of foreign country is more than unit elastic in this area, OP. Here, see, OP3. It is desirable for the home country to lower tariffs, suffer adverse terms of trade, but at the same time achieve a higher level of welfare. It can now be concluded that the point of optimum tariff lies somewhere, just a minute, over that region of foreign countries offer curve where the coefficient E is equal to unity, meaning by this region. Okay. So I think now it is sufficient for you to understand the optimum tariff. Thank you so much.